The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alert, alert. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
6-6. Pull it high.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Hey. 4 down.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Brissett sets to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A first down throw for Brissett. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. On 2nd down, Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First down as he's up to the 48. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to the ground, Cook. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And he's able to find Diggs. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Brissett to throw on 1st. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Cook. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. First down, Brissett. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
From the 17, Brissett. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Let's get it.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down.
Check 13. Check 13. Let's go.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Maher is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. A second quarter score from down in Houston. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They go play action with Brissett. It's complete to Diggs. That's good for 28 yards. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Brissett now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59. Get that quarterback and all cover. 59's Mike, check.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Completes it to Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They run. This is Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 68 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That's it, baby. Here we go. Let it end it. Rip right. Switch.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Check. 59. Let it go.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
18.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Alert, 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 alert. Greystone, Travis.
They'll run on first down. Sears, they'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Alert, 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 alert.
Throwing on second and 8. Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Switch. Switch.
Hey, 18. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Here's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Will Dissly there to... the grab, and the Bears have taken the lead. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A second down throw for Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, there was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on second and 8. Trubisky. eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
54. Mike, 54. Here we go. Here we go. Red, check.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. We're set on 1st down. And this is Cook with a grab. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Kermit. Check 59, Mike.
Here's Brissett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Protein spill!
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
That's complete to White. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. At the 40-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And that's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
54.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. After the sack on 1st down, Brissett, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, it frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.